What's happening, dude?
Hello, welcome to the show.
What
Dylan
is...
Osborne.
I forgot we were doing this. Completely forgot. How's that one?
Of course you did.
How's that one wheeling?
Because of course you were, because you don't care anymore.
Midday.
Hey
guys.
Dylan,
Let's
Dylan
record
wants to
this
give up.
midday on a Saturday. Brilliant.
Hey, whoa. We needed a time schedule. We can change the time if you want.
No, it's fine. It's all inconvenient.
What else are you doing?
I was one wheeling.
Well, that's kind of inconvenient for the podcast, isn't it?
Well, no. It's part of the one wheel thing with the contract you sign when you buy it. One wheel takes priority over all other
podcast.
Over all other stuff. Drinking some.
You should just get up early and do it.
You don't. That doesn't happen with kids. You get up early, and then they get up early, and then they ask for breakfast, and then that turns into a 4-hour routine. Can I have? Could you have?
I tell you what, every person I speak to is not selling kids to me at all. And
Yeah,
I mean that figuratively. They're not actually selling kids.
They're not great.
Trust me, I wouldn't want to buy them.
They have them.
How much for that?
They do have their moments.
£100 for a child. £100 for the child. That's too expensive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even give you a fiver.
Yeah. Well, they have their moments, I have to admit. But there are other moments where you're like, could you please take this one-way bus ticket? Hop on there. But that's the Greyhound bus across country. Yep.
Don't come back.
See you in another life.
Oh.
Just like today, they're throwing marbles at each other. I was like, what? Katie's like, Noah threw a marble at me. Why? Well, I threw a marble at him. I'm like, okay. How many times have I thrown marbles at your mom since you've known us? 0 times. Because it's completely ridiculous.
Or were they wearing helmets?
No, of course they weren't.
Well, they should be.
Throwing
marbles. It's dangerous.
Throwing your marbles.
You know?
You should be wearing a helmet when you throw marbles, to be fair.
To be fair, that's worse than playing, was it, not paintball, what's the other one? Airsoft. Oh, you need a helmet for that. Didn't wear one.
I don't think
Certainly need eye
I
protection.
don't think I've ever played airsoft. Or I've never played paintball either.
You'd be alright if you got shot in your back, though.
Yeah,
Just go,
cushioning.
you'd be like, did that hit me?
Yeah,
I don't
they'd be
know,
like, that didn't
feel that."
explode. That's fine, I engulfed it through my...
It's so funny. You get back home and you just stretch out and all these balls go
Yes.
on the floor behind you.
Like that video on Filmmaker's Instagram account with the Corona balls and the peas. Have you seen that? The green balls?
I think I have, yeah. That's airsoft coming out of your back.
Just rolling out my back.
Didn't think that was going to happen today. Well, there we go. There we go.
Had this guy comment on my latest YouTube video, which you can watch by going to Dylan's YouTube. Just go to YouTube and
Oh
search Dylan
my
Osborne.
God, here we go again. Relentless self-promotion.
Just this guy. These accounts. There's like this handful of accounts that just doesn't matter how many times you block them, report them, flag them. They're just another one.
Oh, is
It's
this
Tom,
Ted and Chris? And
There's
Toad?
other ones,
Yeah.
and they just keep writing. Let's be friends, and I just keep writing. No thanks. All right.
I tried to get one of them to
Flag.
send us their bank details.
And do we get them?
No, we didn't. I said our manager was a Nigerian king that needs to transfer his £43.5 million dollar account to the UK or to an account outside of his native country.
And they didn't buy that. Didn't pick up on that.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Didn't even respond. Not even a like or a dislike.
I know.
It's
That's
ridiculous.
what's more annoying.
It's
I'm like, listen to
disgraceful.
me, spam. Right? If you're gonna spam me, all right, when I reply, have the common decency to reply. I got a follow-up to a spam email account today. So I had a spam email going, "Hi Dylan, this is Marashnanash from the middle of fucking God knows where. We'd love to help you build up your business. Let us know if our services could help." A very bad English kind of email. I ignored it. All right, just
How many
popped it in.
followers did they have, by the way?
No, this was
is this
an
an email?
right?
Oh,
An
yeah,
email.
okay,
so
okay.
I just ignored it, put it into my spam account or whatever, and carried on my life. Then they followed up on their own email. As in, they went to their own email that they'd sent me and thought, he hasn't replied, forward that email back to him and write, "Hi Dylan, it's Marashna Rakanaganash again in India. Just wondering if you've had a chance to look over our proposal. Let us know if you'd like to take us up on our services." So I just replied
And
back.
you did, right?
Slide on, and then hit send.
And did they?
No, well,
replied?
they haven't replied back, but like they gave it. That was like 3 weeks between those emails that they sent. And I thought, so now spam's following up on its own spam. Did I spam that guy last week? Never replied. I'll just spam him again. No.
I think it's because they don't. I think they actually have people doing it.
Shocking.
Rather than just like bot accounts. There's actual people.
That's even worse, though.
I know, it is, isn't it? It's basically now, spam has now got a CRM system where you can follow up
on
exactly. emails. Yeah. It's like, how many people do you have employed with you?
Yeah.
Like, 100,000 in some, what's it called? Some slum in Delhi.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone applying for a job in customer services at spam.
I bet you know when you just see like that standard photo of Delhi and you just look and it's all these like roofs, it's like really small houses together. I bet you when you open the front door to that's just the roof, and you open it up and it's this big white room with desks lined up, just of thousands of people, and they've got a water cooler, coffee machine.
Oh, it's all super
little
aircon
sandwich
as well.
Bar at the back,
really, really cold
super
room
aircon
in the middle of the
yeah, but it's a bit like the TARDIS.
They're what?
So a bit like the TARDIS, from Doctor Who. It's like a phone box, and you open it up and you walk in, and it's this massive room. Exactly like that. That's what Delhi is like, if you've not been there.
Yeah, fact, again. All the facts. Over and out. All the facts. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, well, it does feel like that sometimes. Here.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Have you got a question?
No, I had nothing there. Nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, how was your VE day? What did you do? Yeah, it was yesterday, by the way, everyone. I hope you had a good.
Why did you ask me that question?
Because I want to know what. I don't necessarily want to know what you did, but I want to know what the people surrounding you did, because I have this. It's interesting in lockdown, how there are these bunny ears rules, and everyone sort of seems to have their own interpretation of what these rules mean.
Yeah, I know.
As in, when you're standing there and you're going, oh, look at this guy in front of me. Like, it's not even 2 meters away. What is he playing at? Why is he standing in the middle of the pavement?
Yeah, serial
and you
killer.
don't like that. Yeah. And then you do something, for example, like you go, well, I'm okay, so I'm going to go out for exercise for 2 hours today because I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because I'm not standing 2 meters. I never came within 2 meters of anyone.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it says, the law says that you can't go out for more than 40 minutes, but you like negotiate with yourself and go, yeah, but I'm not going within 2 meters of anyone. It's like, yeah, but that's not the law. And you were moaning about that guy earlier on getting within 2 meters of other people and not wearing a mask. And I just find it really funny how there's these rules and everyone doesn't really obey them. Like yesterday, there was kind of basically a street party out the front of our house. And everyone's sitting. And I'm a pretty good judgment of distance. And 2 meters is quite a distance, right? That's like, 6 foot, something like that. And all these people were going, we're just keeping social distancing. Like all the kids were playing with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
just rubbing disease.
Zero fucks given by all the kids, which is fair enough because they're children and they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, and they haven't got like adults there to keep track of them. So you expect
of course,
them to run riot.
And they were hitting cars with tennis rackets.
Standard London. I'm surprised we're just knifing people.
Yeah, well, there was a dead mouse on the road outside. We don't know whose fault that was. So, it wasn't us for once. So there we go. Yeah, and it was just like, and so everyone's going, we're just doing this, but we're all social distancing. And I'm like, no, you're not. I can see all of you. And if you're a meter away from each other, at best, and I just thought it was just that thing of everyone thinks they're doing their part, but no one's really obeying the rules because the rules are all convenient. Basically, all the rules are convenient when it's convenient for you. And then beyond that, you do what you want.
The problem is the rules are so vague that they're pretty much just suggestions.
I don't think they're vague. It's like
that 40-minute thing. That's not a thing. Exercise. It's an hour exercise. It's a suggested hour exercise dependent on fitness. So if you're fit, you can go for longer.
Really?
Yeah, it's really vague.
I read it was 40 minutes.
Because I thought initially I read it was an hour. I thought it said an hour and 2 miles from your house. But that was, again, all based on fitness. So if you're a triathlete that normally cycles 100 miles on a weekend, like you can go out for 2 hours and ride. I mean, don't take this as gospel, folks. But
well, no, this is
the whole problem. Because I had an argument with someone and I went and read the rules and I was like, oh, there are no real rules. They're just kind of suggested rules. It's like you should definitely, probably, mostly kind of do about an hour exercise depending on your fitness, but don't you go further than 2 miles unless you're kind of fit enough to go more than 2 miles. Then slightly different, but don't. But you could, but don't. But if you can, it's maybe all right.
I've just gone to the gov.uk. So it's the actual government website. And it says, actually, the first thing it says, when am I allowed to leave the house? And it says, blah, 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 shopping necessities, food, medicine, which must be as infrequent as possible. What does infrequent
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah. I used to go 17 times a day. Now I'm just going to go twice a day.
A lot of people in London, because of the way we have so many shops around and everything's always open, a lot of people have fridges, not like
small fridges.
Yeah, not like the gargantuan fridge that you have.
Yeah.
We have one with like 2 shelves in it.
Yeah.
So we don't really have the option to keep. We can't stockpile. Literally, it's not. We're not possible. So we tend to go like shopping maybe once or twice a day. To the smaller shops. So infrequent for me is like going once a day.
Yeah.
Whereas for you, living slightly further out and not in London, you might go once a week or kind of thing. So should you be going only once a fortnight kind of thing.
Depending on.
And then it says one form of exercise a day, for example, a run, walk, or cycle alone or with members of your household. At no point does it give a distance.
Yeah.
Or a time.
Yeah, because those were things.
So where did that 40 minutes?
That was because that was something that was just said in a press release, like a verbal thing that was like, do 1 hour exercise, roughly an hour, but depending on your fitness. So basically, someone's like, well, like, if you are super unfit and you can only run for 15 minutes, then run for 15 minutes or less. But if you normally run for 2 hours, like our buddy Stephen Reed did a 3-hour run the other day, but he's fit enough to do that.
I'm going to report him.
No, but he did a video about it. Like he put it on the interwebs going, I'm running for 3 hours. I don't know if that's the rule or not. And I was like, no one does. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Like I could ride, for example, the 2 mile limit.
Yeah.
I could, like, in an hour's exercise, technically I can ride about 20 miles. What am I going to do? Ride for an hour around the block?
Oh, hey, there's another thing. Number 18. Sorry, I'm scrolling through. There's a lot of rules here. Can I exercise more than once a day if I need to due to a significant health condition? Is that the health condition that's completely opposite to coronavirus?
Yeah,
yeah. Like, have I got OCD? And do I need to do 5,000 sit-ups in a park a day?
Have I got insane rage and I'll attack everyone in the house unless I exercise twice? Yep.
Well, in that case, I'm going to, exercising. Yeah, and it said, this could include, for example, where individuals with learning disabilities or autism require specific exercise in an open space 2 or 3 times a day.
See?
So they're saying basically if you have a disability...
I mean, that's...
You can exercise more.
So they're saying that people with disabilities are different then, where really, is that equality or not?
I don't know. Well, now it would seem that it's an advantage, which is kind of weird, right? But then at the same time, are those people with that disadvantage? They have the advantage of doing more exercise, but they have the disadvantage if they get close to anyone, they're more likely to get the...
Yeah, so they should exercise more because it's good for their health, but they shouldn't exercise more because it might put them at risk.
And also, it doesn't say health. Like, it doesn't say, like, is mental health included in that? Because, to be quite honest, I know you, and you know me, and I know me, and I'm... there are days when I'm like, unless I do something... I can't
get the straitjacket off today.
Yeah, I can't... am I allowed to pay fines? Oh, I've never been to this page. At no point
dude, I have.
On any news channel have they said go to this page to review it.
Oh, I've been onto that page to double check the rules. The last time I had this argument, I was like, there are no rules. They're all just suggested guidelines that are rules, but they're so vague. It's like there's one about sitting down, right? And it's like if you go for a walk, you can walk as long as your walk doesn't tire you out so much that you need to sit down. Unless, of course, you do need to sit down. Then you can sit down. But don't do a walk that makes you need to sit down. And you can't go somewhere with the intention of sitting down. But it's okay to sit down if you need to sit down during the walk, but don't go there with that as the intention. The other day I posted a photo of Pam and I sitting on a bench. Our kids, we were walking through the forest, and the kids were just walking through this bit of thing looking for crickets or something. So we just sat on this bench for 5 minutes, and I laughed. I was like, oh my God, I have to actually look around. Is it illegal to sit on a bench? Because people aren't.
Well, there is a question of any of this being legal to require us to be in our house.
Yeah,
there is a thing there where it could be illegal for the government to actually request us to do this. But that's a whole other issue. But yeah, here I found the one. It says there is no limit on how long you can exercise for, but you should spend as short a time away from your home as possible.
There you go. So
what does that mean? Stay local if you can.
Yeah. So exactly.
See, that's the thing. So stay local if you can. It's like, well, everyone can stay local to exercise.
Basically,
right?
what they're saying is, if you go for a bike ride, right, and you go for a 2-hour bike ride, crash your bike in the second hour, end up in hospital, contract the disease, and then die, it's your own it's your own fault because we told you.
Yeah.
But if you don't, and you only go for 15 minutes a day, and then you go mentally insane because you didn't get out, then go, well, it was only a suggestion.
See, here
keeping
it
them
is.
safe.
It says do not linger in public places.
What's a linger?
You should not sit down or rest away from your home unless necessary for health reasons. I.e., so you and Pamela weren't technically allowed to sit on that bench unless one of you has some kind of disability.
No, for health reasons. And if you were fatigued, that's a health reason. If you're out of breath, I'm asthmatic. I needed to take a step back, sit down, breathe. It's ridiculous. Like the other day, I went for a swim in the water. That was for health reasons. Had to go for a swim because I was going mentally insane in the house. So I had to go for a swim to clear my head. Then when I got out, I had to sit down for 15 minutes because I was freezing cold and I had to wrap myself up in my hoodie and just get my heat. It's just so stupid.
It's all bullshit, isn't it? Yeah. It's all... and at no point... I haven't read here. I can't see it anyway. I'm just scrolling through. There's nothing that says 2 meters at all, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Like the actual distance that's needed.
Well, there's a shop around the corner from us where one of the off licenses were letting one person into the shop at a time, and you all had to queue. And then the other day, the guy was like, "Yeah, come on in, just don't go too close to anyone else." That's what he said. I was like, "Brilliant."
The other thing, I mean,
can I cough while I'm in here, or just that?
No, but you can't cough now.
Oh, you're not allowed.
That's
absolutely
just
not.
Like, no.
I saw this awesome meme the other day.
You might as well just...
This shop assistant was obviously his mate. It was like a cafe somewhere in the States. He was filming as this lady comes in to pay for something, and then this dude's walking behind her from the beer fridge, and he gives a big quite loud, and it's the cashier's filming, and he's filming the woman, and then his mate's in the back, and his friend goes, "Corona time." Then the lady just drops her money and runs out, and then he just puts a Corona beer on the counter, and he goes, "Corona beer, please." And then just walks out after he pays. I was like,
crazy,
the fear in the lady's face. It's just like...
I tell you, there's so much weirdness with this. I mean, we go on about it. But no, I had never been to that page. And now it's very interesting as you can do all the things all the time, basically, unless you can't. Yeah. In which case, don't.
But only maybe... Unless you want to, because you need to. But you don't need to, but you might. But don't. But also do.
To be fair, it's like, mental health side of this, I could fear for people's lives.
Someone asked me the other day. Someone replied to me the other day because I had done a story being like, "Can we just go back to normal?" And someone replied saying, "Do you think it's time to go back to normal?" And I was like, "Well, I know. Who am I? I don't know any of this information. I'm just saying."
No one knows anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've never had so much. And I'm not trying to use these words because they're powerful, but
go on.
Vibes of anxiety and depression. I'm not saying I'm suffering from that at all, but I've never felt like that before, and I do at the moment. I just have these little waves, where it's just like, what's the point? Pamela says to me the other day, "How you feeling?" And I was like, nothing. Yeah, everything, nothing. And she was like, "What is it you wanted?" I was like, I don't know. She was like, "What do you mean you don't know?" I was like, I don't know. What's the point in getting up? What's the point in not getting up? I said to her, like, "I just want to see black, hear nothing." She was like, "What?"
Oh, that.
And I was like, "That sounds like death," but that's not what I'm saying. I just can't be fucked, basically. It's like, I just can't be fucked unless we can all go and do. And I think it's like, that for me is more worrying than anything else. It's, that's...
Well, I think there's serious mental health issues.
I think it's going to be huge repercussions for this, like with mental health. Yeah.
because it's funny because and I think that goes back to like everyone's interpretation of the rules, because then you're going, well, I've just seen those, like we walked past a house yesterday while we were going to get takeaway pizza, right? Because that's allowed.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
Burn off the pizza before we get the pizza, you know, that kind of thing. We walked past this house and we were like, is that just a house with a lot of family members? Because it was quite a big house in Chiswick. Or is that like they've just gone, it's just us 4 flats. We'll just get together, have a little barbecue in the garden. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing more of.
And you're like, so when you say same household, does that mean like the house, as in like the whole building? So like, can someone in a tower block all just hang out together?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but a tower block's too big. But
who cares?
But if it's a house like, you know, my house, well, my flat, it was originally a house that's been split, you know, upstairs and downstairs. Well, technically that's the same house, not the same household, but then we are a same household because we share the same address.
Yeah.
Tell me, Boris.
Yeah.
Tell me what to do.
Give me an answer.
In fact, no, don't tell me what to do. Just let me get on with life.
Just give us some more vague rules, fella, so we can kind of follow, but also not really understand, but normally don't also follow. But
and what's hilarious as well is that now other countries are looking at Britain going, oh, well, you're getting it all wrong. You know, you should have done this. Look, you've almost got as many people dead as America. And you're like, and it's just this finger pointing. It's no like, you know, it just really bugs me.
Yeah.
You get like, Yasmin's dad was going, oh, look, you know, Italy have done this, they've done that, they've done the other. Boris Johnson should be out. You know, it's all useless over there. The government, the NHS, blah, blah, blah. Look at us, look at us. I looked up at Italy. Do you know what's happening in Italy right now? The frickin' mafia are taking over in the south because all these businesses are going under, right? The government refuses to help. So the mafia have gone, we'll give you 20 grand to get your business back on the go.
Brilliant.
But I want your firstborn.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
I'll
all
make
the
you
shoes that
you
everyone's
can't
wearing.
refuse.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like proper Godfather stuff.
Yeah.
So now, basically, the mafia are taking...
if you agree.
Yeah. So they're giving money to like businesses to open again, which obviously will have to be paid back in some form.
Yeah.
The mafia.
Blood
I've
money.
seen The Godfather.
That's blood money, guys.
I know how this works.
Yeah.
I've seen the Craze film. I know how this works.
A
and
rug
it's basically protection.
that looks like a skunk.
Yeah.
A skunk rug.
Yeah.
If you get that,
you'll
if you get
some
that, have you watched
Parma ham in your bed.
Yeah. I know. It's all
Zootropolis. No, I have seen Zootropolis, but I was on the plane, so I went in and out of consciousness while watching it. I did enjoy it very much.
A rug that looks like a skunk. That's more of a Mexican accent, to be honest.
Yes, you bring me a rug.
Oh no, now we're slipping into Welsh again.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, it all makes no sense. I've just here's my rule: stay away from people.
Yeah, that's the only good things that come out of this, really, is that if we can all just keep a little bit more distance, take a few, of the tables out of restaurants, not let as many people in the pub so I can actually get to the bar, I'll be happy.
Yeah, and also, don't wear a mask to the shop if you're just going to go in with bare hands, buy shit, get into your car, hold your steering wheel.
I just go out.
The mask doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And don't drive around in your car with a mask on, unless there's 400 people in your car, which shouldn't be in your car, unless, of course, it's an emergency and they need to be in your car. But then don't have them in your car unless, of course, they need to be.
It's an emergency
in your car,
and they've got a disability.
Yeah.
And have you got a disability? Yes, I'm going freaking crazy.
Yeah. So ridiculous.
Okay.
I have some questions for you. Well, you
I've got some questions for you.
Right,
well, we can do some each.
5 questions, 2 guys, no cups.
I've certainly no lemons either.
Okay,
you've seen that video.
You go with your questions. Well, why don't we fire question for question?
Okay.
3 questions each.
Okay, fine. We'll do that.
You can go first.
Okay. Shall I got a dark one. Shall I just start with that?
Of course it's going to be dark. Why would I not? You've turned an entire conversation into coronavirus again. So why don't we talk about something dark? Go for it.
Would you rather be
die
buried
from...
or cremated?
What?
Buried or cremated?
Cremated. Easy.
Yeah.
That's
what I'd say as well.
Yeah. No interest in being buried. I think being buried...
it's a waste of space, right?
I agree. It's a complete waste. I look at graveyards now and I'm like, let's dig this all up. Put this in a big pile. Set it all alight.
We could dig all of this up and put like a care home on it and then just open the bottom of the care home. Straight in.
Just have a pizza oven in the care home. A big old one.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Herr Osborne is in the house. Jesus.
This is all because you. No, but I mean, like,
I don't blame
you said
me.
a hole. You said a big hole, and they always fall in. But I mean, like, I think.
No, seriously.
Cremated.
Let's just put a pizza oven in there. Yeah.
Just before we go any further, all right?
Yeah.
VE Day.
Yeah.
You'd asked about VE Day. This is how we got onto all this shit.
Oh yeah.
I had never heard of VE Day ever in my life until yesterday. Never heard the phrase. Never seen it written. Didn't know what it was.
Which one of your parents is British?
Mum.
Is it your mum?
Yeah, actually, my whole dad's side is British as well. It's
I was going to
just-
wonder
it's
because
really just my dad
I was
was
just
born.
wondering if like you had
Zulu
most of your
Day.
family from.
We did. We had like
Apartheid
Boer War
Day,
days
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
well, no, I'm just wondering because like it's not necessarily part of your history. So
yeah, but I mean, I
why
know
would
what
you know
World
about
War
it?
II was, but I'd never heard of VE Day. The first I heard was when my sister-in-law and her husband had a photograph up on social media of them celebrating it, and Pamela showed me it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What's VE Day?"
What is that?
It sounds like some sort of disease in the nether regions. I've got a bit of VE, really suffering from some VE, of scratching it all day. And she was like,
man.
it's what is it? Victory over Europe Day.
Victory
in
in
Europe.
Europe.
I
So it
was
should be V.
Is it like?
Actually V.
Yeah, I just thought.
Victory in
fucking-
Europe.
I was like, don't know.
The other question I had from it,
Mm-hmm.
because Yasmin's mum is German. Do
Yeah.
Germans celebrate V?
Wow,
Day?
this goes back to that thing we were talking about with the movies, doesn't it? Like,
Ah.
do Germans
And actually,
have their own movies where they're the good guys?
I'll be able to let you know because we're having a Skype conversation with Yasmin's parents later on.
Okay.
So I because I'm interested to know because I know that having been there and spoken to Yasmin's mum because her father actually died in World War II. He was killed by a sniper.
Really?
And
Yasmin's
yeah.
dad.
No, Yasmin's
granddad.
mum's dad. Yeah, Yasmin's granddad.
you
Yeah.
go.
So obviously, we don't want to
Direct
get
ties.
into the politics of it all, but
You understand what it means.
They have a massive sense of guilt as a nation all the time because everyone always refers back to that, even though it's like 100 years ago, 75 years ago now.
Yeah.
And like lots of people were fooled into doing stuff. No one really knew what was going on. And it's like they feel this sense of guilt about lots and lots of things, and it's quite unfair.
Is that
I
not
think.
war though? Just generally, like is,
Well, I
is
think
every
the-
war not exactly like that? Like,
Yeah, but I think it's the German people in general who have a really tough time because it's like, really, you're going to refer to that again? It was 75 years ago. I have no relation to it at all. I have no point of reference.
Yeah.
I'm an 18-year-old kid that just happens to be German.
Yeah.
Why do I still feel a sense of guilt? Or because I know a lot of people of the older generations do.
I get that if you had a direct tie to it, like if your parents were
absolutely.
then fine, yeah. But like my mom said to me something about VE Day today. She was like, "That's what we did for VE Day." I was like, "Yeah, no idea. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
She was like, "What do you mean?" And then she told me, and I was like, "World War II. When was that? A million years ago. Not interested."
Yeah.
Like
See,
I
I
get
wonder
it, and I
at what
respect it,
point
and
do
I've
we
learned it, but I seriously. And I would say, like, my dad's big into his war memorial stuff. We spend a lot of time in war museums. I've read a lot of stuff. I've never heard that phrase uttered before in my life. Ever.
Interesting.
Even being here. The poppies, the memorial days, all that stuff. I've been there for the 100-year anniversary of World War One. We've been to parade. I've never heard that. I've been to the Somme Heritage Center over here. I do a lot of stuff. And I'm not saying I'm into it, but I was like, is that a new thing?
You'd have me confused with that.
Yeah, I was like, don't know
Yeah.
what any of that is, but
You're kidding me.
yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting. You haven't. No, it's interesting.
yeah.
But,
Anyway, back
there
to the
we go.
questions.
History lesson. Sorry, yeah.
So,
Fire.
do you want me to go then? Yeah,
Well, I just did a question. Or do you want to do one each?
yeah. Okay. If you had a warning label, what would yours say?
Just don't.
Just don't. Just for anyone. How big is this warning label? Where's it hanging?
On my chest.
Just on your chest.
Are you taking it? Just on my chest. It just says, "Just don't."
Just don't.
Actually, that's a really good idea for merch.
Just don't. Very positive as well. Very,
Yeah. Just
very open for discussion. Okay, just don't.
yeah.
All right.
Just don't.
Should I subscribe? Just don't.
Just don't.
Okay.
No, we're deleting all our videos at 1,000 anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, go for it. Q2.
Okay. Where is my? What is the most annoying thing that Pamela does?
The most annoying thing that Pamela does, she coughs, all right? all
so
the time. Like for as long as I can remember, she's always coughing. I'm saying to her all the time. Like I'll do an Instagram story and in the middle of a sentence just I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know, I just need a cough. And I'm like, why are you always? Doesn't matter what it is. You hear it across the room. And I'm like, oh my God, please.
Is she an ex-smoker?
Yeah, but it's like individual coughs, just randomly throughout. And I feel like I'm like, it's just always this. Please, does my tits in, does my actual head in.
Oh, there we go.
So there you go. Right, next one from me.
She coughs.
Yeah, she coughs. The bastard.
Yeah.
You absolute bastard. All right. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Why?
I wouldn't put it in a.
Is a Subway a
Well,
sandwich?
actually, no. Well, technically. Well, there you go. Well, that's.
If I took a hot dog without the roll, sliced it long ways, put it in 2 bits of bread, is it a sandwich?
I would have a sausage sandwich.
Right.
You
so
know, like
so you put it in bread. Now, if you took that sausage sandwich, you've cut those sausages up, you put them into a finger roll. Right. You've cut those sausages up. Is it a sandwich?
Yeah.
Or is it a hot dog?
Wow. What is a sandwich?
Yeah.
I mean, because the thing is that, yeah, you would never refer, like, it may well be a sandwich, but at the end of the day, who cares? Because it's still a hot dog.
Yeah. I mean, I would say a hot dog's its own thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think my answer would be a hot dog's a hot dog. It's its own entity.
I've heard people go Subway sandwich.
Yeah. Where
it referred to like that.
Yeah, where for me...
Like, I wouldn't go, it's a hot dog sandwich.
Yeah.
But then isn't a burger a sandwich?
Is it?
Well, it's a bread roll, isn't it?
Is a bagel a sandwich? Who knows?
Oh.
I mean, I would say a hot dog's a hot dog. I'd say a Subway's a sub, and I'd say a sub's not a sandwich. I'd say a sandwich is 2 bits of bread open on top, sliced bread.
See, there's another thing that they have when we visited New Orleans, it was like a sandwich, but it's called a po' boy.
Oh.
Which is like a weird sandwichy. A po' boy,
okay.
Because it's like...
We just call them boys.
It's all back from... No, it's a po' boy, because it's... It was like a sandwich that they made that was really cheap. So obviously back in the days of chain gangs and all that stuff in the United States, it was everything all the poor boys would eat.
Okay.
And now they're very popular when you go to New Orleans. And that's kind of like a sandwich, but not a sandwich. It's weird.
Okay. Well,
what is a sandwich?
Yeah.
I used to, when I was a kid, like tiny. We'd go out, and I'd go out with my 2 older half brothers and mum and dad and all that family and stuff. And at the time, I didn't like sausages, and I used to ask my mum for a hot dog without the dog.
So just a roll.
So it was just a roll with ketchup in it.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's like my kids yesterday. Pamela made sweet and sour chicken with rice. And Katie was like, she ate all the chicken, and then she said, I don't want the sauce on my rice. So Pamela gave her more rice, but just a bowl of rice with nothing on it.
Yeah, but
she's supposed to eat the rice with the chicken and the sauce, and she's just eating plain rice.
Yeah, sometimes people like that. I find it weird when people question that, because Yasmin does that. Like, we've been through this. I don't like banana in my porridge and all that stuff. And like yogurt, I like plain Greek yogurt. And she's like, "Do you want some honey in that?" "No, I'm all right, thanks." "Do you want some raspberries in that?" "No, I'm all right, thanks." "Do you want any?" "No, I just want the plain yogurt." "How can you eat the plain yogurt?" "Well, you put a spoon in and you put it in your mouth. Yum, this is tasty. I like that."
Do you know?
She can't understand why I don't like stuff in it.
I think that sums you up though, right there.
I'm vanilla.
No, you're not vanilla. No. It's stubborn, right? Greek yogurt's a thing.
I'm not stubborn.
Like Greek yogurt's a thing, right? And most people would eat Greek. Like majority of people, I'd say, would eat Greek yogurt with something in it, some honey, some strawberries, which is fine. And everybody can agree that Greek yogurt on its own isn't disgusting. It's just,
it's nice.
Wow. Is it though? Or is it just a thing you ate?
I like it.
Yeah, but I mean, are you sitting there going, oh, geez, here? Or are you going, you're just eating it, going, brilliant.
I'm eating it in the same way I would with honey. Or strawberries.
Yeah, but you're just not putting fruit in it. Right? Everyone enjoys fruit in their yogurt, and you're going, nah. If everyone enjoys fruit in their yogurt, I'm going to purposefully eat it plain. Nah. And I know that will irritate everyone.
No, what irritates me is people going, "Oh, do you want something in that?" I hate being asked something twice as well. Yasmin's auntie. First time I met her whole family, because she's got her dad's got a huge family.
Yeah.
Went to the States. Oh my God. I come from a family of 3 people, essentially. Me, my mum, my sister, and my granddad. But like, that's the basis of us for the majority of my life. There's like 50 of them. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm like with people.
Yeah, horrible.
As
bad as you are with flavour in your Greek yogurt.
Yeah, it was somewhat overwhelming. But her auntie, lovely lady, was like, Ryan, because they're Palestinian as well, so they're, rich in Middle Eastern food and that kind of stuff. So she goes, do you want a falafel sandwich? And I'm like, no, I'm all right, thanks. 5 minutes later, Ryan, do you want that falafel sandwich yet? And I'm like, no, I'm really okay. And this would go on and on and on until I actually had to have one.
Yeah.
And I went, fine, okay, I'll have a falafel sandwich.
Yeah.
Had the sandwich. 5 minutes afterwards, was that enough? Do you want another falafel sandwich? And I was like, I could literally...
Yeah, I'm
kill
with you there.
right now.
I am with you there.
Because it's like, and that for me is the same as someone going, oh, do you want some honey in your yogurt? No, I'm all right, thanks. Are you sure you don't want honey? Do you want raspberries, strawberries? I tell you what, I'm going to throw the yogurt over you. How about that? And no one has yogurt.
Yeah.
Or you just let me get on with my life.
Yeah.
Just please stop asking questions. It's the continual questions.
There's a certain time where it's okay. Like if if someone's, you're given to, did you have enough food? Do you want any more? No, I'm okay, thanks. Cool. End of.
Yeah.
My dad would drive you mad. He's like out with drinks. You go into his house and he goes, anybody want a drink? And you go, no thanks, we're just popping in for 5 minutes. Cool. Cup of tea? No, I'm good. Coffee?
Cup of tea, yeah.
No thanks. Beer? Coke? And you're like, no, just water. And I'm like, no, thank you. And then I'm always respond quite rudely. And then everyone goes, chill out, Dylan, don't be rude. I'm like, well, 5 minutes ago
you're
when
not
this
listening.
conversation started, I said no thanks. And he's asked me, literally listed every beverage this side of the equator.
Isn't it weird? Because then you're the one that's seen to be rude.
Yeah.
When I think if you're asked a question, you say, no, thank you, I'm all right.
Yeah.
And then they continue to ask, I think that's really rude.
Yeah, but this, do you not think, though, this comes down to empathy? Because I think you're probably not very empathetic, because I'm not. And so, like, Pamela will be like, everything, do you want anything? And I'm like, nah, I'm right. And she goes, and then she'll come back and be like, do you want me a packet of crisps? Oh, okay. Do you want me a bit of ice cream? No. And eventually I'll be like, yeah, because she'll work out that I do need it because she bothers. But it's because she's empathetic.
That's called...
But I say to Pamela, do you want anything from the shop? She goes, no. I'm like, okay, that's it. And then I come back and I've bought myself Toblerone, can of Coke. Sit down, she goes, what did you get me? I'm like, fuck all. I asked you and you said nothing. And she was like, oh, you didn't even think about getting me something. But she would never do that. She would go, do you want anything? I go, nah, I'm right. And then she would buy herself something and go, I know he's going to want because I can feel it. So she'll buy me something as a little treat. And I'll be like, oh,
yeah,
you are good as gold. Where she gets nothing from me. Did you get me that? No. Why not? I asked you outright and you said no. I took that at face value. So
you see, now that is
my
called
sweet.
something. There's a difference. It's called I've heard of this. It's called literal thinker, and something I can't remember what the other one is called. But a literal thinker is someone that goes, I'm thirsty, I'm gonna have a drink, and that's it. You go, I'm thirsty. Drink is I'm gonna have that drink.
Yeah.
Whereas I can't remember what the other type of thinker is. I'm trying to look it up. But the other type of thinker goes, I'm really thirsty. I wonder if anyone else wants a drink. Hey, do you want a drink? Because I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
And that's and Yasmin's like that. I'm not like that at all. I'm like you.
Yeah, because like when we drink water in our house,
called?
Pamela will go and pour herself a glass of water and go, do you want a big glass of water? And I'll be like, yeah, whatever. And then she'll get a glass of water and she'll bring it down to where she is and she'll sit down and the glass of water will be there. I go, water. And she hates this. I'll walk over to the tap with a pint glass, fill the tap, pour the glass, fill it to the top of water and stand over the sink and then just in one long gulp, just drink all the water. Glug, 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 glug. Glass down and walk off. And she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, it's just water. I need water to live. So I drink water. I'm not going to sit there and savor it. I like water, but it's just like drink water, move on with day. Where she'll have a glass of water there, she just tops up throughout the day, and then I'm like, no thanks. I'm just like this pint. I had a pint in the morning, pint in the afternoon. That's a pint. That's 2 pints of water. Let's move on.
Oh, see, I tend to drink water throughout the day, but that's just because. Yeah. See, the other thing, but I like opposite of what we just said. Yasmin thinks this is a bit weird. I always have a slice of lime in my water.
Yeah, I would do lemon sometimes.
See, I think lemons are a bit cheap. It's like, so when you go to a bar, you know you're in a good bar.
I'm gonna have lime.
When you know you're in a nice classy bar when they give you a lime instead of a lemon. Especially with a gin and tonic.
Well, that's a whole different thing. That's a different drink. That's like going,
Yeah.
they give you lemon on your steak, which is friggin' delish, by the way. Lemon on steak.
Yeah, you wouldn't want lime on your steak.
No. I'd have, put my lime in the coconut. Okay. Whose question's next? It must be yours.
It must
Don't make
be
it
mine.
about death.
Okay. What have I? Oh. Okay. Yeah. There's one or two here. Right. Would you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is a bit. Rather lose your hearing or sight?
Oh, that's a good one. Hearing. No
Yeah.
doubt.
See, I'd rather lose my sight.
I could do... What?
I'd rather be able to hear stuff than see stuff.
No way. I could do everything I do now, apart from listen to music, and pretty much.
Yeah. See, I love listening to music.
Yeah, but you could
So
do
that-
You could do nothing. You couldn't ride a one wheel, ride a bike, drive a car. Pretty much struggle to walk. Couldn't read a book. Couldn't look at the album
Yes, that's-
artwork. You wouldn't know if you were eating a hot dog or a sandwich.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like now anyway.
Well, yeah, I'd rather lose my hearing.
No,
I could still surf,
Yeah.
ride bikes, play with my kids, and I wouldn't be
yeah,
able
the
to
thing
hear
is,
them.
once you
It'd be
lose
great.
your hearing, yeah, but if you lose your hearing though, you do lose that sense of balance. So you might not be able to surf or skateboard.
I
as
got
well.
a friend, right? But to completely caveat that, I have a friend who is completely deaf, and he rides flatland BMX, and he's amazing at it. And it's basically a game of balance. So
Actually, to be fair, as well, well, who was that guy? The DJ. He was mega deaf. There was a film done with Reese Fans in it. He played the character, and he was like a Ibiza DJ, and he did a whole album. Couldn't hear a thing.
okay, there you go.
I mean, that's pretty
I
amazing.
mean, that's most of that music, isn't it?
Well, yeah, to be fair, you don't really need to hear much. It's just like beat, beat, beat. I can. It's all right. You should shove it in Audition or
just
Adobe,
feel
and
it.
they just put it. It edits all on the beat anyway. So
Okay, I've got one more for you now. I have like literally 100 questions. Oh shit, I scrolled away from it. Couple of good ones for you, but I'll just do my last one, right? I think I know the answer to this already. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on the greatest team?
I'd rather not be in a team.
The team. I'd rather just sit in my own feces in the dark, where I listen to music because I can't see.
Yeah,
With a
Eating
just with a roll,
a Subway,
a roll
a
with no
Subway
hot dog in it.
sandwich.
Yeah. Just a blind guy sitting in the darkness by himself, not taking part in the team, eating a roll with ketchup. Ketchup, however it is. I don't even say that. I say tomato sauce.
Catch up. No, I'd probably want to be the best player on the team.
Yeah, assume that.
Would you?
I don't know.
I know you'd want to be
Probably-
the best player on the team.
You'd
Imagine
be
if you were in.
surprised.
If you were, would
If
you
it's a
want to be
team,
okay?
though, if it's a
would,
team, I quite like
Okay,
the idea
okay.
of a team winning.
Okay,
And me just
so
being able to
let's say-
just coast along in the background. I think you'd be
Okay, so-
surprised.
if you were part of the dope squad, would you want to be the best in the dope squad, or be carried along by the rest of them? And then we'll go, he's a bit shit, but we'll have him along anyway.
Yeah, but here's some sponsorships.
Yeah. This is sponsored by Squarespace.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you'd want to be the best. But again, I also think you'd just
I'm laughing at
you'd
you
go
on
how
not part of the team. See, I would just start my own team, thus
Yeah.
thus leading the team.
and being the
Yeah,
best.
I mean, naturally, yeah, I'd rather be the best. But I'm also happy to be part of a team and do nothing and then still succeed. But I'd see this. It comes down to the question of team.
Good
for
point.
Me. So
What are we doing?
So it's part of the question is part of a team, because if it's a team, I'm happy not to be the best if the team's successful. But given the choice, I'd rather start my own team. I'd rather just go do my own team.
I think it's an interesting way that one interprets that, because when you say you're the worst, like if I'm watching that documentary at the moment on The Last Dance about the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, if I was the worst player on that team, you're still pretty elite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the worst
It's
player
like,
on the greatest
oh.
team. That's the thing. You know, you're
Yeah,
the worst player
but
on
I
the
mean-
greatest team.
The way I interpreted your question was basically
The worst in the world.
no, it's still like you're the worst player, and it's that thing of what you said. It's just like could you just coast along with it, or are people actually sitting there going, "Man, this guy sucks. He's just the worst player.
Yeah.
Why is he on the team still?" Because the other
Yeah.
thing is like it depends how good the team is. Because if you're the like I said,
Oh, it's the greatest
if
team.
You're like
It's definitely the
if you're
greatest
the
team.
greatest team, then
Yeah.
it would probably not be so bad.
Yeah.
Actually, and you've got a point. It's like because you're looking at that documentary with Michael Jordan,
Which
they
is
were
great,
saying
by
that,
the way.
Yeah, it is great.
Thoroughly
They were
enjoyed it.
saying, I don't know how much of you watched it.
I'm on
but in the-
episode 6 or something like that.
I think that's the last one for season 1. But they say in episode 6, they say what people don't understand about being Michael Jordan is that the only place he's not accosted by all these people is when he's in his hotel room.
Yeah.
The moment he walks out, it's like Michael,
Yeah.
Michael, this, Michael, that. It's the press having a go at him, his teammates, this, that, the other. And so he never gets any let off time. And I think if you were like, one of the guy, like I think it's called Paxson, one of the white guys on the team.
Yeah.
He wins. He does that he gets the final
And
basket
Michael gives
against
him the
whatever
ball,
team it
doesn't he?
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting the ball. And it's like to be that guy on the team. It's like you're still super important, but you're not Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Dennis
Dude,
Rodman. I
by
don't
the
think
way,
Dennis
that
Rodman was in the team
show,
at the time.
I always thought,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm not a, as we've discussed before, I'm a casual baller, I shoot some hoops, but I don't really know basketball. Like, I've learned bits of it over the years. I've just been like your general public who had a Bulls t-shirt or something at some point in my life, but didn't really know what it meant.
Yeah.
I knew who Jordan was and all that stuff, but I didn't really know much about him. I knew him more as an older guy now from seeing him and stuff, and just thought he was a knobhead. But
Space Jam.
actually, when I didn't even realize that was him, but then I watched this show and I was like, this dude's actually pretty sound.
He's big time.
Like, he's made a huge big deal about shit, but he's actually pretty level-headed. And then I got to the episode where they talked about the guy running for state, the black guy.
Gant or whatever his name is. No, Nat.
Something like
against
that.
Josh, the super right wing guy.
that.
They had the
And then we're giving
I
him
know
a hard time for not stepping up and supporting him.
not politicizing.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, Muhammad Ali did all this," and I was like, "Yeah, but like this is just people always looking for like a reason to complain about anything, isn't it? Really, it's like the guy could have gone to guns and crime. He could have done any of that shit. He could have become another politician. But he decided to choose sport, and he changed sport and he changed fashion." Basically for everyone.
Yeah.
So why are we giving him a hard time about
Yeah.
politics? Just let the guy fucking shoot some hoops.
No, but that's because
All in.
exactly what
Fade
they did
away.
is that they love watching. This is that the press and the public love an underdog. They love the underdog to get successful, and then they want to destroy that successful person.
Totally.
Because that's what people do, and it's like the whole gambling thing as well. And I thought actually, was it the ESPN ex anchor or whatever said, when Michael Jordan gambles $10,000, that's like you gambling $10.
Yeah.
It's and like he said, it's like, if I had a real gambling problem, I wouldn't have any money. My kids wouldn't eat. My wife would be starving. He said, but I'm just gambling the money that I have.
Yeah.
And it's right. And it's like, but everyone blew it out of proportion
Yeah.
because they just want to see him fail because he's had his time as far as the public and the press are concerned.
Yeah.
And it's just like all that's, and that's that thing. It would drive me nuts being like him because they're going, are you going to retire? Are you going to retire? It's like,
I love that question.
do you want honey in your yogurt?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
no. Jeez,
Yeah.
I don't want to retire. I don't know if I'm going to
Yeah.
retire. I certainly don't want honey in my yogurt. But do you really not want honey in your yogurt? It's like, right, I'm good.
Have you finished that falafel yet?
Yeah.
It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, definitely go and have a look.
Definitely
The
go
Last
and see it.
Dance, brilliant on Netflix.
I was really disappointed. I thought it was only one season and it ends. And you're like, but there's more to come, surely.
Yeah, I think I'm
'Cause
on
there's-
season. I'm on the one where he's sitting in the hotel room, basically.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's like,
That's the
this
last
is the only time I get any
episode 6,
peace.
Yeah,
and then
that's
when new
episode
people
6.
come in here. That's the one I'm starting to watch.
Yeah. Watch out for the ending because it just kind of ends and you're like, what? There must be more. Must be more. And I'm sure there will be.
Fair enough.
But
Right,
that's for
last
another
question.
episode, another time. Okay.
Have you not got one more?
Oh,
Or you
have I
went-
got one more?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay,
Maybe you've asked 3. No, you've asked 3 then. Have you?
I don't know. No, don't think so.
Hold on.
Oh, no, yeah, I have.
I've asked you 3 as well, then.
Cremated, Pamela, loss of sight or hearing.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I've
right,
done my
well,
3.
that's it.
Done my 3.
We finished.
I'll keep the
That
other
went
2
on.
for later on.
That went on a bit.
It did.
20 minutes
It did.
instead of 5. But hey,
It's a special VE Day special.
it's a VE. It's a
It's a
vaginal
VE special
exercise
day.
special.
Wow, that came out of nowhere. Because my next question, maybe you can think about this. It was going to be: do you think there's any such thing as an original thought?
No.
Good.
In the bigger picture, no. But I think we all have original thoughts, just based on experience.
I believe that if you have if you're thinking it, there's someone else in the world that's thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
There's like 8 billion of us. If it's like there's some little kid in
still
Afghanistan
your
thinking what you're thinking.
Personally, it's still your original thought. I guess that's the question, isn't it? Do you have an original thought? But as far as the bigger picture goes, nothing's original.
Are we?
All right?
We're not really accommodating parallel universes either, are we?
No, or aliens.
We've got to end this here, otherwise this will go on.
Right, thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. All the best. See you later, pals.
All the best.
Cheers. Subscribe to Dyllon's YouTube channel. You can find him on youtube.com/.
No, don't do any of that. No.
Content is king. Make better content.
Make better.
Just keep going. All the things.
Cut.
Bye.
All the time.